Good morning. Welcome to the Vocab Voyage Cherry Blossom Vocab YouTube. Before I start, make sure you see our new information YouTube clip about the new style at Vocab Voyage. You don't have to study all three subjects, you can study just one for this much money. So cheap. Okay, it's a beautiful day outside. Spring has sprung at last and the cherry blossoms will be here before long. I know down in many parts of the country they are already here, but up here in Hokkaido we get them last. 30 words, 30 example sentences. If you've got the word lists, you can read and look and read and look. Here we go. The first word. Charm. Charm. People come from all over the world to see the charm of the cherry blossoms. The charm is, it's a noun. If something's got charm, it makes you feel good. Charming, adjective. I'm very charming. I've got a lot of charm. Yeah. Transient. The nature of the cherry blossoms is very transient. Transient means they come and they go. Transient people, they move, they settle down, they move on. They're not here for long. Cherry blossoms aren't here for long, they're transient. Frame. This iPad screen is framed by a white border. Framed. To frame means to be around the outside. Frame is a verb. It means to be around the outside. It's also a noun. This frames this. This is a frame. Haze. When you go to Tokyo on a hot day and go up the sky tree, you can see the haze in the atmosphere. In Hokkaido there's not much haze because the air is so beautiful and clean. But in the bigger cities, Tokyo and Osaka and Beijing, Beijing is famous for its haze, and then it all blows over to Japan. Haze, it's the stuff in the sky, little bits of dirt and stuff. Blanket. Not a morphu. No. It's like a morphu. This is a verb. I was very surprised when I woke up the other day and saw snow blanket our garden. To blanket something is to lie, is to be on the top and cover completely. Snow blankets the countryside up here. Linger. I thought it was spring 1 week ago, but then the weather turned bad. Winter had decided to linger just a little longer. Linger means to stay a bit longer than expected. Distract. When I was trying to teach English on Tuesday night, my phone would constantly distract me because it had the score of the Black Caps versus South Africa in the cricket. And the Black Caps won. They're in the final tomorrow, on Sunday. Situate. The final of the Cricket World Cup is going to be situated at the MCG in Melbourne. To situate something is to place it somewhere. Sapporo is situated in Hokkaido. My house is situated halfway between Sapporo and Otaru. Variety. Ironna variety. There are a variety. Stop. There is a bigger variety of Kit Kat bars in Japan than I ever saw in New Zealand. A variety means many types. Irona, different types. Petal. It's such a shame to see the beautiful petals of the cherry blossoms lying on the ground after they have fallen. Petal is, you've got the middle of the flower, the white things, they're the petals. Rose petals, you put rose petals in your bath and it makes the water nice. Lifespan. Japanese people have a longer lifespan than any other country in the world. Lifespan is the amount of time when something is expected to live or last. The problem with putting more and more features on a cell phone is the lifespan of the battery gets shorter. How long something's expected to last. Slightly. Choto. Sapporo is slightly warmer than Otaru today. Means Sapporo is warmer, but you can hardly tell. If something's slightly, you can hardly tell. In spite of. In spite of the warm weather today, Akito is still wearing a big jacket. So in spite of, it's hot. Sore demo, Akito's wearing a jacket. Oh, shirt on, man. Flood. During the winter snow festival in Sapporo, the city is flooded with visitors from all over the world. Flood means if water floods so much, flood is a dorshi, so many people come. A big influx. Like if you flood your engine trying to start it, too much petrol. Lively. I love going to Tokyo for a holiday now and again. It's such a lively place. I wouldn't live there though. Lively, lots of action, lots of energy, lots of stuff going on. Lively. You see life in there. Lots of life. Lively. Cruel. Cruel. Who can see the mistake? It's got a capital C. It shouldn't have a capital C. Cruel. But that's alright. Cruel. It's cruel that I had to see this. Cruel. Okay. The boy never enjoyed his childhood because his mother was always cruel to him. If you are cruel, you are nasty, you are mean, you cause unhappiness, cause suffering. Spacious. Can you see space in there? Lots of space. Spacious means semai no hantai. So, a common error, Japanese English speakers, instead of saying spacious, they say wide. Wide is narrow or wide. Semai or spacious. Wide is 2 dimensions. Spacious is about and up. Spacious. A road is wide from one side to the other. Abundance. There is an abundance of reasons to live in Sapporo. The winter is not one of them. An abundance means a lot of, means more than necessary. If there is an abundance of food, there's more food than you can eat. Abundance of people, more people than you need. De facto. This is a Latin word. You can see fact. It's like despite the fact. De facto. In New Zealand, the couple decided instead of being married, they would have a de facto relationship. De facto, it means it's not legal It's not legally set, but it's still the case. In the article, Kyoto was the de facto capital of Japan many years ago. It wasn't the official capital, but everyone called it the de facto capital. Serene. I love going back to my house in New Zealand. It's on the river in the country. It is so serene. Serene is peaceful and quiet and relaxing. Nobiri yasui, yeah? Oh, is this word house? You think so, but it's not. This word is house. After the tsunami, many new temporary buildings were built to house the people who had lost their houses. To house is to provide accommodation. Yes, it looks like house, but in this word it's house. Oh, don't you love English, yeah? Looks this crazy. Cast. I hope by the time I die, I will be so famous that the mayor of Sapporo will cast a statue of me for Odori Park. So cast is to, you get a shape and you pour metal in to make a shape. It's to make a shape out of metal. So you cast a statue. Maiden. The soldier rescued a young maiden from the hands of the terrorists. A maiden is a young girl, young unmarried girl. It's a bit of an older word. Don't hear it so much now. It's a bit of a poetic word. A maiden is also an over in cricket where no runs are scored, but that's different. I'm all cricket right now because it's the World Cup. Exorcise. Not exercise, exorcise. The priest was called to exorcise the evil demon from the young maiden. New Zealand has exorcised their demons of never having reached a World Cup final. Something bad, a bad spirit, to get rid of it. The famous movie, I can't remember for the love of me what it's called, but the priest is, by the power of Christ I compel you, by the power of Christ I compel you. He's driving, he's exorcising the demon, the oni, getting it rid of it. It's in the person, getting rid of it in a person, in a house. Sacred. If you go to Nikko, you are able to see an abundance of sacred buildings and sites. Sacred, it means religious. It means to do with religion. If something's sacred, it can't be damaged. Like shrines are sacred, temples are sacred, churches are sacred. Yeah? Sacred. Symmetrical. The park was built with a square pond on both sides to make it look symmetrical. If you get a piece of paper and you draw a line down the middle, or a park or anything, a line down the middle, and it's like a mirror, it's the same on both sides, that's symmetrical. Symmetrical means the same on both sides. Ornamental. The woman put up many ornamental dolls every year at Christmas to make her house look prettier. Ornamental, if something is ornamental, it is to make something look nicer. things have function, you can use them, or they are ornamental, they look pretty. Glutinous. I learnt this word. I didn't actually know what this word meant. Every Saturday morning I have some nice congee with glutinous rice. I didn't know what glutinous meant, and it simply means sticky. Glutinous rice is the sticky rice. Scissors. I put this word in here, scissors. If I need if I need this paper in half, I will cut it with a pair of scissors. I included scissors in this list because in my experience, the number of people who know this word is not as much as I thought. A lot of people don't know what hasami are called, scissors. And it's always scissors. You can't have a scissor. Scissors, because there's two of them. Chopsticks, glasses. It's a singular, plural, singular. Condensed. The further down you go into the ocean, the more condensed the water is. Condensed means pushed in. Condensed milk. Milk is milk. Condensed milk, it's pressurized. It's a lot thicker. So, lot thicker. There you go. Condensed. I try to make this presentation as condensed as I can and keep it under 15 minutes. Did I succeed? No, I didn't. I'll have to try and make it more condensed next time. Okay, out. Thank you. Enjoy the cherry blossoms.